Hey everybody, how's it going? We're here with a timeless reading. Welcome. The first card that we have out is Death, and we also have the World. Having Death in the World actually feels like a process coming to a close of a really big shift or a change being completed. Upheaval can be involved in this. Having the World there feels like it has been accomplished. So if there was something, I'm seeing the Lovers come out, so this can have to do with a relationship. Let's say that there was something happening within your partnership, that something happening with you, something happening within a partnership that you wanted to change, that you wanted to evolve, maybe something you wanted to discontinue even, something that you wanted to transform. Having the World there feels like death has been accomplished. What that can mean is that if you wanted to transform your relationship and grow with this person, that can happen. I wonder too if Death and the World can also have to do with if something did have to end, that can be ending, but it doesn't have to mean the whole thing. It can mean those parts that needed to move, those parts that needed to grow, those parts that needed to change. Even a growing up with Death and the World. Feels like this whole time something has been loading and now it's 100%. Like that whole process, the whole download has happened now. Having Lovers and having King of Swords here, this can be relationship problem solving that's happening. Things about communication, self-expression can be involved, listening, tuning in. Okay. Be clear about what you want. This does feel like within a relationship though. Knight of Cups, Page of Swords. Knight of Cups and Page of Swords can be actually somebody coming through and sharing something with you. But what this can mean, if this is all just your energy here, it can mean that by making moves based off of how you're feeling, that you can learn through that process. Or there can be somebody around you that you're watching make moves based off of how they're feeling, and that's something that you can learn from. Or you can be the one that's doing that, and you have somebody around you that's watching you and that's learning from you doing this. I feel like the way that things are being expressed, the way that emotions are being expressed, or the way that thoughts are being expressed and moves that are being made based off of how one is feeling, that's happening kind of to create what one wants. Because I'm seeing this Knight of Cups be connected with the Magician, and so this is about voicing, getting to the core of what one is feeling and what one is wanting with the Death card there. Knight of Cups is going to be about mobilizing that, and having Knight of Cups be connected with the Magician. This is in hopes of manifesting, of creating something that one wants. And learning from that process of transparent moves, transparent communication. And it looks like within a partnership. Maybe even too, what needed to be learned, what needed to be understood now has been. And maybe once we get down to the core of what we're feeling and what we're thinking, this can be a new chapter where we're going to make moves now and learn based off of those moves that are being made. First, sort of a getting to the center, getting to the core of what one is feeling prior to being able to do anything with that. Then being ready to make moves based off of that, and then learning through that experience. And allowing things to change that need to, not just randomly for no reason. Okay, so you and this person that you're connected with, I'm seeing you guys have come a long, long, long way. Working together, it seems. I get this balancing act of having to wear different hats. It feels like having to show up in different roles, and the knowing which one is sort of, which outfit is appropriate to be putting on right now and showing up within. And also to managing one's responsibilities as well. This can be about managing commitments. This can be about making sure that one is prioritizing, making sure that one is keeping their word and showing up and doing what they said they were going to do. And to create even more of that. Because there's a sense of freedom that this is connected with, there being an intention to be able to take care of things, or for some of you be taken care of, or to allow that. There can be themes having to do with reliance. It can be self-reliance. It can be interdependence when it comes to this other person, your relationship with this other person, and also voicing opinions and feelings and things that we want to communicate, especially when we get to the core of what that is. Taking action and doing so. It feels too like a conversation that you have with this person about what you want and what you are thinking, and doing problem solving with them about that, or just figuring stuff out. If you have certain ideas that you want for the relationship, because having the Magician here, it shows that there are things that we want to happen. There are things that we're intending to happen. And having King of Swords is about that being content within the dialogue that you're having with this person. And then when we have this Knight of Cups here, this is about making your moves on behalf of that, on the change even that you want to see. And it does feel like this has been happening enough that now you're seeing things be accomplished, you're seeing things come to fruition, and this all be basically a learning process of how to work with something and then turn it into what you want, or turn it more into what you want, or we wanted this and that's happening and now I'm ready for some type of change, or for this to evolve or shift in some way, and then how to do that then. And it feels all within the container of your relationship with this person. And learning how to make progress constantly. And learning how to play this role, figuring out how to play this role. And there can even be this bouncing between showing up and needing to communicate and then actually physically do the things that need to be done. Not just talking about it, but also being about it. So this isn't just stuff that's being spoken about and then there's no action. This is about behavior that aligns with what's being said, and that being the thing that's being worked with here. And especially feels like with the intention of manifesting something, of creating something, of having something happen. And this leading to a new chapter. There is a lot of learning how to communicate, and it can be even specific to your relationship with this person. How do I be open-minded? How do I be listening? How do I communicate best? What is this person most receptive to? When am I not listening? When do I check out? When am I most present? Can I hold space? Can I not hold space? Can this person? Can they not? Those things having to do with that realm of sort of transference of ideas and themes with you and this person. And then also to the behavior of showing up in a way that is consistent, in a way that is reliable through the habits that we create, through things being habitual. And so there's that safety net within there. This isn't like an inconsistent behavior type of thing, because we have the World and we have King of Pentacles. This shows I'm learning how to show up and show up consistently so that I can be relied upon. This other person is learning how to show up and show up consistently so that I can trust them, so that I can rely on them. And that communication is also a factor within this too. And how do we adapt things when they need to be adapted? How do we change things? How do we go through changes together? Because having us start off with the Death card can show very major life moments that we go through within the dynamic, within the partnership, within our relationships, and how we maintain balance as those shifts are happening, as we can feel at times like we're on uneven or shifting ground. How do we stay upright throughout that process? And how do we also keep communicating and showing up and doing things in a way that we really intend to, in a way that we really mean to? And then that sort of speaks for itself. And what I'm intending is actually what unfolds, because it's reflective of the change that I want to see. And also the changes that I'm going through from a psychological space as well. So that's what this can feel like as you're moving through it. Because the Death card shows that there's a shift of cognition that's happening here. There's an evolution that's happening psychologically for you. And also for the relationship. And that means too that you may want different things or more things or other things, or branching off what you already have. The Magician is getting down to what your intention really is. And it does feel like it all has to do with within the container of your relationship with this person. And clear, consistent communication being part of that. Having to sort of be open-minded throughout this process too. And then behavior that aligns with what's being said, and that being really a key part of this. Because this isn't just saying whatever and then not following through. It feels like King of Pentacles is the part that follows through for what's being said by the King of Swords. And so there's like a parallel there within it. It's not just empty words. The King of Pentacles is showing up and saying, see, I meant what I said, because my behavior is reflective of that. And figuring out how to do that. Seeing Scorpio, Saturn, Mercury, and Gemini here. This feels too like as you go through really big shifts with this person, there's also a lot of learning that's happening. So, and it can even be through the most severe circumstances, you're learning a lot with this person, because it feels like it very much applies to your relationship with them. And then how do you keep going? How do you keep doing what you want to be doing here? And it does also feel like something about making moves from a space of clarity and also vulnerability, and what that accomplishes and how that actually can allow things to go the distance then, and to balance between these two energies. To figure out when to play which. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.